Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you for coming. Uh-oh, I hear an echo. I was trying something new, but apparently it is not working. Thank you, Maria Graham, Donzel Cooper, and thanks the rest of you for the thumbs up. I will show you before I turn it off, though. I was trying to put an extra camera up, but I'm getting a feedback. So, Joe, Vintage Style by Joe, thank you for coming and welcome. What I will do is this. Poof, away. And one moment. Always trying something new, trying to give you guys the best that I have. Okay, Mike's Chaotic Gardening. My Renaissance Grandma. Now I know what happened. It stopped. I tried to add an extra camera. Hold on. I. One second. So I'm trying to get rid of the echo. Maybe I will go out and come back, but I'm not sure. Maybe it stopped. So many things going on. Just a minute, you guys. YouTube is changing the format. StreamYard is changing the format. I'm trying to change things around to give you guys a better view. Although the old way, truthfully, has been working. So I'm going to turn this one off completely. And hopefully that will work. Thank you for coming in on a busy Saturday afternoon, you guys. Oh, I've been busy too. I kept on my family reunion t-shirt from my mom's, my maternal side of the family. On the back is a big giant tree and it has four branches. One is Henry, one is Josiah, and I don't know. Thank you for the feedback, Maria. She said I sound okay. Well, that's because I signed the other one off, but it's okay. And I was telling you about the family tree. When my mom's seventh, eighth great grandfather came from over from England and 1700s, I believe it was 1719, and he moved to the United States. He had eight sons. That's a big family. And out of the eight sons, Henry was the first one, so I'm the Henry line of the family. But I put on this T-shirt today because I was looking at it. I was looking at the crest in the front and the logo in the back, and the second branch of the family was a son named Josiah. Well, I have a new great great grandson named Josiah who is 1 month old. So I'm going to take a picture of this t shirt when I take it off and show it to his mom, who is my great granddaughter, and show her that she has a name that the family has been using for quite some time, hundreds and hundreds of years. So, how are you guys doing? I would like to thank the moderators, the subscribers, the friends and family, and those of you who are in the bushes working on your gardens. Oh, thank you, Donzel Cooper, and welcome. I don't know if I said hello and welcome, but I appreciate each and every one of you. So, I've had a busy day today. I decided not to go put on all the little cute clothes. You all know Auntie Ellen tries to do a little something and take care of herself. and live independently at almost 77 years old. So today I decided to get up early and go to this little store in an ethnic neighborhood downtown. And I don't go there very much, but 20 years ago when I lived here, Thursday, I think uh, I answered all the comments, Donzel. Let me look and see if there's something that I didn't see or answer. Hold on one second, you guys. Garden Quilt and Art Show. I will pull it up on here. So, how many of you have a garden or working working outside? Because let me go to live. Okay. Hold on just 1 minute so that I can make sure. Hold on. Actually, Donzel, I don't see one from you, but I will look again when I get off. Okay. I appreciate each and every one of you. So, is there, haha, thank you, Mike, 77 years young. So, I went to a store. Some of you tell me about a store called Monaro's where you go and get cheap seeds and stuff. So, the name of this store in a part of town called New Haven, and it's like going downtown towards Yale University or like the inner city. So I went over there and I said I was going early. Early would mean 9 o'clock when they open. I got there 10 o'clock. There was a line of cars lined up in the parking lot, and it's just a small. I will look again, Donzel. I promise you, I will address it. Thank you very much. And so I went there because I wanted to get something, a couple of things. Some of you will find gross. That's your prerogative. But I wanted to get some chicken feet to make chicken broth. Some ham hocks. I bought 2 ham hocks and some neck bones, smoked neck bones to use for seasoning for beans or greens or whatever. So I went down there and then I went all the way to another town north of here where you get medical supplies, from my insurance company. And yeah, so I did that. Then I came home, I watered my garden. Well, a new garden takes more water than an established garden because you have to keep the seeds wet until they germinate. Well, I planted more seeds, and all those plants that Yankee's sister dropped off for me, I planted those on Monday. It rained a little bit on Tuesday and Wednesday, just a little bit, so I didn't water. Today, I gave it a good watering. And I was so excited that a lot of the seeds had started germinating. Well, my helper was helping me, and she doesn't really know how to plant them. So some of the seeds were like a ginormous amount, like in one area, but I'll wait until they get a little bit bigger and I can maybe separate them and put them in other areas. But I was so excited. Yesterday, my helper took me to the Walmart. It's kind of far away, but it's a super Walmart and it's big. And they don't usually run out of things like the Walmart or the couple Walmarts that are closest to me. So I wanted to go there because on the way home from there is this giant farmers market. and I wanted to go there as well. So I didn't crash into anything on the cart in the Walmart. Got another case of water to stack up on and a few little things. I don't know if you guys follow the news and you see that there's a drought on the Panama Canal. Well, that's one of the main shipping routes when other countries send goods into the United States. They're keeping it quiet and hush hush because I guess they don't want us to talk about it. But yeah, some of the things that we like to keep in our pantries might be getting short. One thing, though, that I like to stock up on, I like good coffee, and I like one called Cafe Bustelo. It's from Colombia, South America, but I have packs and packs and packs. But many of my family members like the Cafe Bustelo that's dehydrated. So I usually get like gift jars of that, carnation milk, a raw sugar for their own little coffee bars, for travel or for getting around. So I got a couple of jars of those. If some of you remember when I was in Arizona and one fell off the cart and I accidentally dropped a bad word, well, that's what I was stocking up on there. And then yesterday, I stocked up on a couple. So today we're going to do some create and chat, but I wanted to tell you what I got for the garden. Yesterday at the farmer's market, and I have them still on the table, were some vine ripened tomatoes. I made the best tomato sandwich today, you guys. I got a couple peppers, some nice red onions, yellow onions. What I wanted specifically to get was a whole bunch of ginger because some animal ate the tops of all my ginger plants. My ginger plants were about 2 feet tall. The ginger rhizome that's under the soil is the part that I'll be eating. But I like a lot of ginger. I didn't have enough. So I have them inside. I broke them into sections because they were large pieces. And I will put them in a little bit of water in a little container overnight for the next day or two until they get a couple knobs, and I will plant them outside. I'm so excited. I have about 10 tomato plants. I had 3 before Yankee's sister sent me a collection. I have, oh, you guys, those of you who are content creators, don't forget to put exclamation mark GQUAT so that others can find your channel. I did a lot of walking yesterday and today. My legs are really tired. So today will be a create and chat. I'm not going to sew. I'm going to work on some crochet that I started for my mom, and hopefully when I see her, I'll do a FaceTime meeting tomorrow. But I don't think I'm going to go spend like 2 or 3, 4 hours to go down there and back because got to take care of myself as well. I have several meetings this week, one Monday, one Tuesday, a couple doctor's appointments. I was supposed to go out to lunch with my friend that I made the gifts for on Thursday, but guess what? I don't think I'm going to be able to. I don't have an extra time. Michael's being so sweet, 77 years young. So I started this last Sunday for my mother, and she told me how many stitches she wanted. So I will just put this on my lap and crochet and see how far I get along. I talked to Kelli this week of, hey, Miss Shirley, OG Gardener. Thanks for coming, sis, and welcome, welcome, welcome. I see you still outrunning skunks over there in in Ohio. My mother used to have a couple of the biggest skunks on her street. One, two, three, four, five, and a couple times they chased my son in the house when he was younger. My son is what, 55 now. That's the youngest of my two children. So yeah, and skunks don't really move that fast. But he was trying not to upset the skunk and get sprayed. Has any of you ever been sprayed by a skunk or had your dog sprayed by a skunk? I haven't had that done, but one of my friend's dogs have been stuck with the porcupine quills. So though that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. How many? Oh, your dog has. Wow. We have a new. I have a new great grand dog in the family. He's a French bulldog, and my granddaughter just got a new puppy. She lives in the same house as my mom, and they've had Hershey's wife for the last, I want to say, 11 years, but she passed away last year. I don't know where Mr. Hershey is. He didn't hear me say my sister's name, Joanne. So he's over there watching the door. Vintage Style by Joe. I saw you making the memory pillow for your cat. That was very touching. I put a lot of hearts on the memory pillows that I make. I've been lately making memory pillows out of that neck bone or dog bone pillow style, and I have been making those for people out of old shirts and old jeans. I actually have a big pile of jeans that same granddaughter collected for me from some of her friends. This is a big chunky thread. It goes really fast. That hat I was making for Uncle Roscoe looks like it's going to be for a child. So, what is it? I bring it every day. Kelli is sending me another pattern. I'm just going to make Uncle Roscoe's hat crochet one for him and use it with this chunky thread so that I'm stuck in my own ads coming in so that he can get his hat before Christmas. But even though he's in Arizona and it's cold there, they keep the AC on. And when you go from 117 degrees outside to 120 degrees, when you come inside, even if it's like 80 degrees in the house, 78 degrees, it feels cold. So he likes to wear like a little something, or when you lay down, your body temperature seems to suck. Kelli, I bring it every day. I was just talking about you and our conversation. Why won't this come up? Okay. This phone is acting a fool. Okay. So I'm trying to pull up the chat on it. I'll try again so that I can try to see the chat and see what you guys are doing. Don't forget to give the thumbs up, you guys. Oh, here we go. And I'm in my own ads. So, Charlie said, check my email. I checked it today, but my email is getting full. I mean, my storage is getting full. It says 97%. I should be able to pull it up. But since I talked to you and showed you guys the other day, so I have this much. I think I think okay. This is a really big thing of thread. So I will just work on that and talk to you today. LGG Triple G Love. I've been seeing you. Your garden looks really, really nice. Your garden looks so good. And of course, I see you in the mornings in Yankee Sisters chat. I see you guys. I'm usually out of the house by 8:30, 9 o'clock. To Mr. Hershey's bladder is on a timer, and he's 12 years old. Somebody do the math. How old is 12 times 7? My phone and your tablet died. Oh no. Oh no, Michael. Oh, but you got the big bucks. You got that. It's just learning the new technology and finding where the new buttons are and the other things. My iPad is, I don't know, 5 years old. It was gifted to me by a former client before I had surgery because I think I was having a hip replacement at that time, and my computer was too heavy for me to carry. It's 17-inch MacBook, but just carrying it around was very difficult for me. So the day before I went into surgery, he called me and he bought a couple dogs for me like 13 years ago. And then I got him a huge discount on two more dogs through one of my friends who was a breeder of Cane Corso Italian Mastiffs. And he was so thankful that he bought me a top of the line 11.5 inch MacBook. Okay, so I'm gonna hide this. Okay, I'm gonna hide this. No. Okay. Well, I'll stop touching things and keep crocheting. Hey, sissy. Joanne Stevens, Auntie Joanne is here. Auntie Joanne wanted to know if you were going for a walk. He's probably walked out, Mike. I don't think so. You could trade one of those tomahawk steaks you like to eat for a tablet. I did not buy any steak today, you guys. You heard that part. And then I didn't feel like doing the chicken feet. When I'm making broth, I usually simmer it for 24 hours. It was warm this afternoon when I came in, so I didn't bother. I didn't bother. I put it in the freezer for another day. I was going to cook one pack and then the other. Then I said, no, you know what? I'll put it in a big stew pot. And then just when I strain it, I will use one to make some chicken noodle soup. And then the other one, I will can it and put it in a quart canning jar and put it in the fridge. Mother, Miss Shirley OG says hello. That's probably where Auntie Joanne was talking to my mom. Mommy FaceTimed her earlier. My mother likes to FaceTime. She likes to see you when she's talking. So we have several family chats set up. She's not able to see my live stream all the time now. But LGG Love is saying, blessings, mother. Maria Graham is saying something is 84. I don't know what's 84, but if you're talking about mom's age, mom is 94 years old. And she's proud of herself because about several weeks ago, she fell and fractured her knee, and she was kind of immobilized. She has a soft, not a cast, but what do you call it? Something for on her leg, and she wasn't able to do very much to get around. So she would sit in her wheelchair in her room until they came to get her, like to take her to bingo or therapy or something. But the other day, she bought. I'm looking at Mike's comment. He hasn't bought steaks in a year. They cost too much. I know I have one in the freezer, but my neighbor upstairs, my friend bought it, and it was so big. I am trying to pay attention to my weight, and I know that a portion, I should not be eating more than 4 ounces of protein at a time, and for me. And so this steak, even when I cut it in half, must have been about 6 ounces, and 6 ounces because it was thick. It was like a 3/4 of an inch thick. So I said I'll save it, and when I do cook it, I'll give my mother half, and I will eat the other one. So, oh, you know what else I got today? So I was coming in the back of the building, and I saw my neighbor that owns a farm up the street, and I called him. I said, "Hey, when am I going to get back on my route?" I got off my route over the winter. The chickens don't lay eggs in the winter, especially here in Connecticut. Some places, when they keep the light on, they keep extra heat. His chickens are really natural. He doesn't even feed them commercial food. One of the big distributors gives him all of the veggies and fruits that they don't sell. Oh, Mike, it's saying 12 times 7 is 84. Mike, don't lose your mind. Wait till you get my age. The mind is a terrible thing to lose. You bought that steak $15. Now they want 60. I know that's right. My friend upstairs paid a good amount for that steak, and she went to the store today, and I'm not doing bad, you guys. She just loves me. She asked me if I wanted anything when she went to the store. I said, no, no, thank you. And she said, are you still working on your popsicles? I stopped eating ice cream a few years ago because of my asthma and bronchitis. So I eat popsicles. And she bought me a whole box last week. So she came home from the store, she had a bag, and I went to the door. She always gives Hershey a treat. And then she bought some strawberry shortcake. She bought celery. She bought a box of grain, not grain. Oh, what are those? What are those little treats we've been giving Hershey that he can eat, Sissy? Milk-Bone. She bought him a box of those in flavors. He was waiting at the door. And oh, she bought me, I was going to show you. She bought a magnet for my refrigerator. She bought me a little elephant. I used to collect elephants years ago. I like elephants. I like them a lot, a lot. I will even be finishing this elephant art quilt up here at some point in the very near future. Hey, Barb Brownlee. Here, crocheting a watercolor throw for your porch swing with a double-ended tu- Tunisian hook in colors of white, yellow, red, green, and blue. I'm doing the same thing for my mom, and it's going to be not a throw, just something to go around her shoulders. And she had it in her room at the hospital. So I was telling you guys about mom. She was so happy. She was able to move. She's had two shoulder replacements, you guys, and two knee replacements, and now a fractured knee. So she was able to move her arms and take herself all the way out to the outdoor sun porch in the nursing rehab. And she was so excited. So I was telling you about me coming in the back today and my neighbor with the chickens, and I said, "Hey, buddy, when are you going to get me back on the route to get some chicken eggs?" So he said, "Oh, I'm going to bring it to you today. Today is your lucky day." So I waited, and he came around. I don't normally have cash on me. Never have cash on me. I happen to have cash on me because I was going to these little stores today, and when I was in the Walmart the other day and they asked for cash back, I went to push the two, but I was sitting in that little cart and I accidentally pushed the eight and I got $80 back instead of $20 back. So I paid him for the eggs and he only charges me $5 a dozen for these huge extra large eggs, and I hadn't gotten them any from him since, oh, I want to say like winter around Christmas time. So when he gave them to me, I almost dropped the container because 12 eggs from him has the weight of like an 18 pack from a grocery store with those thin shells and whatnot. And when you open them, the yolks are like an orangish color, just an orange color. Really, really nice. So I can't wait to have those. So, Barb Brownlee, who else in here is crocheting something? I know Barb Brownlee has a garden and she sews, but it's like once you go outside and you're moving your arms, taking dead leaves off, repotting something, fixing the soil, pulling a weed, you just get tired. You just get tired. Yeah, Mike, I'm on a steak diet too. I actually have steaks in the freezer back there. But that's where I go shopping. I go shopping in there. There's some crab meat back there, some oxtail back there, some goat meat back there. I like curry goat. I like to make curry goat every once in a while. I haven't made any for a while. At the farmer's market, a 10-pound bag of onions and I think it was a 10-pound bag of russet potatoes. I like to have a nice baked potato every once in a while. I have sweet potatoes in the bottom of the fridge already. I can't even get all the vegetables and fruits that I have in the refrigerator. Some peaches I bought are like overripe. You used to cut roasts into steaks, but can't afford those either. Yeah, I used to buy the big rib roasts and do that and make them. Or even the whole salmon, fish, the big one, and freeze it and cut it into steaks. You can't even find one of those. I used to go down to the state of New Jersey farmers market and ride down with my mom and dad and get those. I love having my refrigerator and freezer stocked up. To me, that's a form of insurance or prepping that I grew up with. Auntie Joanne can tell you when we went to the store, Daddy would say, "Well, get another one of those, get some more of those." And we always had a deep freezer. And with six kids, it was always full. He'd go fishing in the summer on his boat, and we would buy fish. They would clean and have it stacked up on top of the cabinet like 2 feet high. In the spring, we used to go where the herring were running upstream, and the fishermen would be in the water with these hip boots on, these big hip boots, and they would dip them up, and you could buy them. I didn't like eating fish growing up, and we would have fish and grits for breakfast, and my mother would take the herring fish and cut it across the back with like three big slashes, almost down to the bone, then turn it over, three big slashes, and then when she would fry it, it would be so well cooked you didn't chew the bones. But I did not want to go to school smelling like fish. Nobody wants to be a fishy girl. Oh, you just finished a crochet shawl? Oh, those are cute. Oh, send me the pattern for that, Kelly, because she has two of these. Maybe I'll take this loose and make it into a shawl. Mike said they were old, past time. I think he's talking about his equipment dying. I like to keep things a really long time. My devices are old here, but they're not used a whole lot. And when I moved into this apartment 7 years ago, I got new everything. I have a new desktop state of the art. I got my son got me this MacBook, state of the art. I got an iPhone a few years back so that I can get on the family FaceTimes. I was the only person in the family that didn't have an Apple device. So my mother's had one for 10 years. Kelly saying, hi, Donzel Cooper. So I'm just doing this. Maybe I'll get the just make this to go around her neck and make her a shawl in a different color because I was just going to make this to go around her neck and fasten it so that it's on an angle and it won't come down. But I'll make her a nice crochet shawl for the wintertime. She's always cold. She's diabetic. She has poor circulation, so she likes to keep socks on her feet, something around her neck, and we put a little undershirt on her in the wintertime. Yeah, so I guess I'll be crocheting a little dog blankie or coat for my new great grand dog coming up soon. So guess what, you guys? I didn't ask for permission, but I'm cleaning out Hershey's toy box. I gave my helper a whole brown bag full of toys for her dog. She has a little chihuahua. I brought some toys to just a couple to Angel in my suitcase. That's all that would fit. Hershey still has two toy baskets full of toys back there, and he takes them all out, throws them all over the place. And so I'm going to give some of them to his new nephew, and his name is Charlie. So Charlie's going to get a bunch of new toys. Hey, Barb Brownlee, would you like to come up? Would anybody like to come up and show us what you're doing? I can put the link in the chat if anybody would like to come up and show us what they're doing. Copy. Oh no, that's not what I'm doing. Oh yes, it is. Command V. Okay, so you guys, there's the link if anybody would like to come up and visit. Did I say hi, sis, my Renaissance grandma? If I didn't, hello, hello, hello. I see you harvesting all of your herbs to make the different things that you make. I have a lot of, what is it, Thai basil or the Tulsi. I have a lot of that that's ready to harvest. I have a lot of spearmint that's ready to harvest. I did I did a big video last year on the difference between spearmint and peppermint and the different types of peppermint, of course. But I will be I will be harvesting my herbs soon. I think I have some other perennials. The echinacea will be ready to harvest soon. I've got lots and lots of not basil, lots of rosemary ready out there. I put a little aloe vera baby from my mother's plant outside. Hope it doesn't have any bugs in it because I want to bring it back inside. Broke but beautiful, bountifully blessed. Carol, thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate each and every one of you. Why? Because good friends become family, and family is everything. So I'm looking at the stove because I have one of those enamel Dutch ovens. And this morning I put those two giant ham hocks up there so that it could make like its own broth and get thick because I'm going tomorrow to cook cabbage and maybe put a few pieces of okra that I got a little pepper. What did I get? A jalapeno, maybe a potato, some carrots, and make it a one pot meal. So everybody is welcoming, broke but bountifully but blessed. And thank you for coming and welcome. For those of you who are content creators, don't forget to let us all find you and visit you by putting exclamation mark GQUAT. And about me, my name is Ellen Pankey, and I'm a daughter, sister, great great grandmother, chief family storyteller, content creator, and writer. There is my email address, my GQUATTRADITIONZS.com. Oh, guess what, you guys?
Hello.
I'm paying attention today, sort of, kind of. So we have our friend Kelly visiting us,
Hello.
and Deb S., the Pug Mama Quilter. Thank you for coming. And I just want to say, Deb S., at first I thought my granddaughter got a pug, but no, it's a French bulldog. I saw how big the ears were.
Mm.
So Kelly, what are
Hello.
you up to this evening?
So I washed this, so I blocked it a little bit. I've got to trim some ends, but this is the big shawl.
Oh,
So
oh,
it's
I
big.
see.
Yeah.
What
So this is
size?
it's just garter stitch. So I knitted this, and it's
Yes.
chunky.
What
Yeah.
size needles did you use?
50.
Oh, that's right. I did see
Mm.
you. I
Yeah,
had no
50.
idea it was a shawl.
Yeah. So there it is. So it's big.
Yes.
It's a big one. Yeah. So, but
I.
I'm just finishing it up, and I'm gonna donate this one. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I have a lot of seniors in my building.
Yep.
I stopped. I probably have a little more tan today because when I was coming out of my garden,
Mm-hmm.
one of my neighbors who's on dialysis now was sitting waiting for the bus to pick him up. And another guy who's actually young, pretty young, but he's disabled. And I said, "Oh, you guys, I'm hot. I just finished working in my garden." And
Mm-hmm.
they were saying, "Oh, there's some shade over there on that side of the patio." So I was just teasing them. Donzel Cooper saying, "Hey, Kelly, I bring it every day. I'm not sure if you can see the chat."
Oh, I can't now. Yeah. Let me go
Yes.
back.
So
Okay.
I will
There we
tell you, Maria Graham is saying, "Hi, Kelly, Kelly, Kelly."
Hello. Yep.
So appreciate you coming up and showing us
Yeah, here's
what
another
you
one.
make. What color is that one? Green and
It's
very.
green and white, and it's a variegated yarn. So I'm just sort of following it. This one's crocheted, but I'm
So
still finishing that.
what was your pattern that you used to make the
No
crochet?
pattern. No
Well,
pattern.
no, well, it's a pattern even if you made it up. Whether
Oh,
you just
yeah. It's mostly double crochets, but there's some half double crochet in there too.
okay,
Yep.
because
Hmm.
because I just want to show something that I let me take that off.
Hmm. Oh, your
Some
favorite color is green. Nice.
no, this is a crocheted a small Afghan or throw,
Oh
but
yeah.
I didn't have a pattern. I just crochet. Oh, I used triple yarn. It was
Hmm.
regular yarn,
Yeah.
and I tripled it. I used slightly three different colors,
Okay.
and I used a size Q hook,
Big one.
and I chained 50 stitches. So I actually crocheted it across this way,
Yep.
and then I just double crocheted it, and I went in the back loop. By going in the back loop, you guys, it made it look like a little chain going across it. Then I just put a shell stitch going
Right.
around the border, and I
That's
did
neat.
that like in one weekend.
It's pretty good.
Barb Brownlee says,
Hmm.
"Beautiful shawl colors,
Oh,
Kelly,
thank
Kelly,
you.
Kelly." Deb,
Yeah.
Deb S., the Pug Mom Quilter says, her favorite color is green.
It's
Hint,
green.
hint,
Yeah.
hint, 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 hint. She's not that far away from you either over there,
Uh-oh. Oh my.
that part of the country. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's cool.
So, what's in your hands right now?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No, I just finished this. So the whole thing, I finished this last night. And
Oh.
I just washed it. So I have to I I need to block it. I may do a little border. I'm not sure. But I just making these for donation with donated yarn. And
Oh.
one of the people in my group does prayer shawls. And
Oh, nice.
so they take all kinds of shawls and they just say a prayer, put a little note on it, and then when their people are in bereavement, they give them the shawl.
Oh.
Yeah.
My building that I live in, for those of you who don't know, I live in a senior handicap apartment. And every winter we have a little like thrift sale something,
Okay.
and we put things that we're not using, downsizing. But
Right.
even during the rest of the year,
Mhm.
like anything that I'm not using, I put downstairs.
Yep.
Or if I cook something, bake cookies, I'll put it and I'll put a little note from, from me and my apartment number, and it's
Okay.
always gone. It's always gone,
Oh, okay.
whether it's clothing, anything that's knitted. During the shutdown,
Yep.
there's 79 apartments in the building. I made masks for every single person out of
Ah,
my good quilting fabric, not some
okay.
pound fabric, the $2 fabric at the store. I cut up fabric,
Wow.
my good fabric. As a matter of fact, some of the leftover ends I sent to Janet, Homesteading with Janet,
Okay.
some I think to Our Treasured Home, some to Tigsy, because I said, this fabric is too nice. And whatever I cut it up, I have some. Oh, Deb as the Poke Quilter's letting you know she's in Iowa.
Oh,
Not too far.
he's a
Oh,
little far, but
yeah, yeah, yeah. We could make it work.
you never know. I have been known to pop up places. So,
Thank you. Maria Graham says, that's nice, Auntie. And for those of you waiting for mail packages, I finally have them ready. I had to go through a whole big deal
mm,
with the post office. They almost activated my PTSD.
yeah, it's a lot of work packaging
Go
everything.
in there. Well, I've been using this post office box back and
Mhm.
forth for the past 20 years. And my helper went in. She goes in every week a couple times to get the mail.
Yep.
And I didn't feel like going up all those steps.
Mhm.
There's a handicap ramp, but it's the type of handicap ramp that you see. Even
Yeah.
if I took my walker, which I seldom do, I usually will take a cane if it's a
Mhm.
short distance. And you start on this side of the post office, then you walk across and go up. There's a little landing. Then you go all the way to the other side, and it curves going up, and then going up again to another landing. Then there's a landing. Then there's a double
Oh,
door.
that's a lot.
Then you
Yep.
have to go through, and there's nowhere to sit.
Mm.
There's nowhere to sit. So she says, "Well, it hasn't been paid for a year." I'm like, what do you mean it hasn't been paid for a year? My son came here from California and put his name on it as a person that could get the mail if for any reason I'm incapacitated or shut
Mhm.
it down or act on my behalf. And so she goes, well, I'm not going to argue with you. You're being argumentative. I said, by asking
Oh.
one question. Oh, she said there are 50 others. I said, well, if there are 50 others, someone apparently was not doing their job. I didn't get any notice that said when it was due or how much it was due.
Mm.
I pay by the year sometimes 6 months, but she ticked
Mhm.
me off, so I paid for 6 months. I have my card. It said I only paid for 6 months. I'm not paying for a year. Having my money tied up for a bunch of imbeciles. So then my helper asked, well, could she have a chair? Since I had to go, I had to fill out this whole big white paper over
Yeah.
again. give
Yep.
them my photo ID,
Yep.
give them something with my apartment number on it, which has to be, or you have to give them the lease, something like that.
Oh
And
wow.
I know what it is. This is an ICE issue.
Oh,
It's
okay.
an
Oh,
ICE issue
wow.
because, yeah, yeah,
That's
all
pretty
that. And you cannot do it online. You cannot
right.
do it online. And
Mm.
so I had my helper take not my lease, but the copy of my apartment renter's insurance. So she went
Oh,
there
mm.
that afternoon that they told me I had to renew it. And
Yeah.
they said, well, you have to come in the morning when the lady is here. What?
Oh no, not her.
That's when that's when my buttons were so yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And like two times in one day, like this is redunculous now.
Oh
Okay.
no. Yeah,
Now
it's hard in the
you
post
think I'm
office.
being argumentative? Girlfriend, you don't know argumentative.
But
And
one
I said,
question's not that crazy, but I guess maybe it is.
oh, well, wait till your next renewal comes up. Because, like I said, it's not a normal issue. It's they want to see you, feel you, facial ID you without your permission,
Yeah,
everything.
that's true.
Because that's the current thing. When
Yeah.
I went to Arizona, and I don't do facial recognition for any of my
Yeah,
devices,
me either.
the bank, any of that. Oh,
Mhm.
I'll tell you something. And the kids are smart. I found out one of my great grands is genius. Like when you could use your finger to log onto anything,
Mhm.
like your
Mhm.
fingerprint. I was riding with her mother, and she was in the car, in the SUV in the back seat in back of me. She said, "Nana, give me your hand." I stuck my finger out there. She went zoop, got right in all the devices and everything.
Mm.
Be asleep, and somebody can put the kids or anybody can
Yep.
put your face on there, or
True.
be walking past you in the post office, in line, doing anything, and someone can take a picture of your face.
Yeah, it's weird. It's too
Yeah,
much. Yeah, I don't like it.
I have the double everything. Well,
Mm.
they send me a text. Well, was that you? Yeah, it
Yeah.
was me. It was
Hmm.
me. It's almost time to renew my passport. That's my backup ID, but it's
Fine.
it's renewable this year. I have my driver's license with the star on. When I renewed it for my 75th birthday a couple years ago, I heard that this day was coming,
Yes.
so I just jumped the GUN. I can't say that; they'll block my broadcast. The pew pew. I jumped the pew pew.
Woo! That sounds really crazy though.
I tell you,
Oh
I
my
tell you.
goodness.
So, is your music stopped on your vlogs?
Um, what do you mean? Like, do I?
Well, like, you know how, well, I don't know if you do that, but if you have a birthday song, like I used to do my birthday song,
Uh,
my money song,
mm.
I'd be right back sign. All of a sudden, it said, okay, to upgrade will be, nope, I'm not paying $49 a month.
Oh yeah, StreamYard is interesting with that.
I,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
said, I just came back to you guys, and now you're starting more baloney, more
Yeah.
bad,
Yeah.
more bad words.
Yeah. You have to pay. I know to play the music. I know it's really tragic.
More Bradley always says I'm hilarious. I'm like, yeah, more bad
Yeah.
words.
Yeah.
Well, you know, oh, this is funny. So when the kids were little, I had a very difficult, high stress job. I'll
Mm.
I'll tell you guys. When he was younger, I was a police officer for
Oh.
5 years. Yes, and
Wow.
I would come home, and I tried not to cuss, but for anybody in the family, we had a cuss jar. So
Okay.
if you said a bad word, you had to put a quarter in it.
Mm.
Sometimes I'd come home, get my wallet out.
Oh
What are you
wow.
doing? I'd
Okay.
put $5 in. Oh, that's the kind of day I had today.
Wow.
Oh. And then for Christmas, we take it and use it for toys for the kids for the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Most of those kids, and though that was a house and a job in Washington D.C., I was with the first class of women that did street patrol.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and I weighed 124 pounds, had to
Yeah.
get up to 135 while
Wow.
running 3 miles a day and carrying 10 pounds of pew pew.
Oh wow.
And yeah, yeah,
That's funny.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm good. When I'm good, I'm very
Mm.
good. You
Yes.
know, I'm polite, I'm everything, but you don't want to cross the line over here, over
Yeah.
her, over her. You mess around and find out that all that people hear me speak and say, "Oh, she's so polite. She's so sounds educated. She sounds what?
Until
What? I speaking no English when you cross that line. What the you think
mm,
you're doing? Who you think you're doing it to?" I
mm,
I don't I don't go there anymore, and of course I don't say bad words in front
yeah.
of the kids. But I go to PTSD counseling faithfully every Tuesday,
Okay.
12 noon. When you guys see me disappear from Earth, I also disappear from Earth when it gets dark because
Yes.
I wake up at 3 o'clock with those Charlie horses in my legs
Oh,
and
okay.
all that other
You
stuff.
got a lot going on over there.
Yes, and then I just stay awake. I look and see, try to catch up on messages,
Yeah.
all of the live streams I've missed, or the
Right.
shorts, or at least check on my friends, the notifications. And by then, who is it? There's the guy I bring it. I can't stop walking, but
Oh
I like
yes.
whatever. He's
Yeah.
up. Hey, bad body. You
Yeah.
had a date with your Leave liquid gel. That's what I went to Walmart to get.
Oh, illegal.
When my aide took me the other day, the gel, the gel Tylenol with the
Wow.
red and blue because they dissolve faster. I had to get
Okay.
those. Had to get the chewable iron pills
Mhm.
and the citrical
Wow.
calcium pills.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh, we don't Juanita Campbell. Thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. Bad body, not so fit. We were talking about the days when I was in basic training and had to get from 124 pounds
Ooh.
to 135 pounds
Mm.
of pure D muscle. And they call them burpees now. But
Yeah.
to pass the basic test, like if you're in the military, they call them squat thrusts.
Oh,
Squat.
right. Right. Right.
And
Right.
you had to do 60 in 1 minute. You had to do chin ups. You had to run 3 miles with equipment on every day. It seemed like
Well.
oh yeah, I was fit because I had been on the gymnastics team,
Oh,
I
okay.
basketball, I ran track,
Mm.
but gaining weight was an issue then. Did you say losing weight is an issue now? I'm like, look, leaning forward because my dimple, I think one is back since I
Okay.
went to go see Auntie Joanne. She does portion control, and my
Oh.
helper
Oh. Oh.
does too. I cook, but they fix my plate
Oh. Wow.
because I even bought two small plates for my
Yeah.
apartment that you can use the other plates to put a hot plate in for a tray,
Right.
and like so I said 4 ounces of protein,
Yeah.
so which would be like one drumstick, one
Okay.
whatever, as many veggies as you want. But I
Mm.
usually try to limit it. I don't want to stretch my stomach because I don't want
Right.
to. I don't want to be hungry.
I understand that.
We were talking about my clothes. So my granddaughter was saying when she was doing my hair a couple of weeks ago, I had 7 hours of one. That's the only time I get one-on-one time with her. So
Oh.
she says, "Nana, you don't wear 2XL t-shirt." I said, "Yes, I do." She said, "No, I don't." I'm like, "Yes, I do," because I wanted to come down and cover my crotch, my vajayjay. I don't want it to be walking around like other people with an
Oh. Oh.
on.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not doing that.
We
So
know way too much about these women. Yes.
I don't know who told me when I got up. My t-shirt comes down to my mid thigh. It has
Right.
to. So I
Right.
buy whatever size come down to my thigh. And she was saying, "Nana, You don't wear. She said, I buy an XL. You wear a lot. I'm like, no, no, we're not showing our parts. We're not
Yeah.
doing that. And
All
she
right.
says, no, no, we're not going to have you walking around like that. I'm like, no, but I like the 2XL t-shirts. And when you wash them, you don't know what they're going to do. This
Yeah.
one, this one is 100% cotton, the
Right.
Thomas Family t-shirt, and this is the logo that my mother's family has a, I've told some of you, a registered historic landmark, which is the family cemetery, and everybody in there is verified, and the state of Pennsylvania did the historic
Nice.
information on it. I see you with your Q hook, your P hook over there.
I think this is
You
an
can,
N. Yeah, this is 10 millimeter.
oh,
10 millimeter.
well,
So almost.
Walmart, when they sell them, they say they have a little set for like $5 or $6 for those
Yeah,
of you who crochet and want to make these big things. And the smaller gray one or the smaller one is a P,
it's a
and the
P.
other one is a Q. When I
Yeah.
teach arts and crafts, we use those for if you take a jelly roll, which is 2.5 inches,
Mhm.
and you strip it down and cut it to 1.5 inches, you can easily crochet and make rugs with them.
Oh,
So
okay.
people make rugs by rolling them up and doing a zigzag with the
Mhm.
sewing machine, but you can also crochet them. Wellness with Frugal Fine Mama. I
Hello.
see you after you finish working out in the morning, after walking with the lawnmower guy and doing it. I'm usually finished by then. And
Yeah.
when she comes on, I have something called a desk cycle,
Yeah.
and it's a bicycle that fits under a desk. You can buy it for your job, your work, or whatever. But when I got my hip replacement 3 years ago, they gave us one in physical therapy.
Mhm.
The the way that it works, it feels like the tension on a regular, like a life cycle in the gym.
Mhm.
It's not
Yeah.
like a loose feeling or weird feeling.
Right.
So I usually get on there for
Okay.
anywhere from 20
Mm.
to 60 minutes. Why? Because it takes 20 minutes to start burning fat. By
Right.
the time I get off, it will maybe burn 100
Like
calories.
a little something something. Yeah.
Wellness with Frugal Mama is saying hello.
Hello.
Kelly, I bring it every day, is sitting up here. She couldn't stand to watch and not keep her hand, not do anything with her hands. So she's starting to crochet something. What are you making, Kelly?
So I'm still working on this shawl. So
Oh, so you're
I'm
putting
making it
lace on
big. Yeah,
it, a
making
small
it
stitch
bigger.
around it.
Mhm.
That's my favorite thing to do. So,
Yeah.
you guys, to make a shell stitch, this is actually what I'm doing now. Um, a shell stitch actually takes 7 stitches because you need some before and after. So I
Right.
just did a single crochet. I'm
Mhm.
skipping 2 stitches,
Right.
and now I'm going to do 5 double crochets.
Oh.
And when they lean over, that's what makes it look like a shell.
Ah.
But it goes very fast, especially
Sure.
with this chunky wool.
Mhm.
Just down a little bit. You don't care if you don't see my face. You can see me crocheting,
Crochet.
crocheting.
Somebody says crocheting. A
Okay,
lady
that's
from, England, she says,
oh
"And I'm
oh
crocheting," and I'm like, "Really?
okay.
Crocheting, alright now."
Whatever floats your boat. Okay,
Yes,
all right.
that's what
So
she
what are
said.
you guys having for dinner tonight? I'm I actually ate dinner. Guess what I had, you guys? I had my first tomato sandwich for the year.
Oh, wow.
And they have some bagels that are half bagels by one of the better
Yeah.
companies. And I toasted it, put a little mayo, and I thick sliced these tomatoes and put it on it. I made myself not put any salt on it
Mm,
because, and Auntie Joanne has me using much less sodium and
that's
sugar
good.
than
That's
I
good.
used to.
Mm,
Healthy amount. I'm even drinking my coffee without it. My cereal, my oatmeal on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday has raisins and nuts in it.
Ooh.
And my helper says, Mrs. Helen, you don't need, you have fruit in it. You don't need sugar. I'm
Mm.
like, okay, okay. I said, I guess this is job security. You want to work here the next 25 years, so you
Yes,
want to keep me alive.
exactly.
I have a friend in this building who's 100 years old.
All right. Oh,
Yes,
wow.
she used to be in my arts and craft class, and she drove her car until she was 100, and then her
Mm.
son came and got it. So that's
Oh,
enough.
yeah, that's tough.
Yes,
That's a long time. She probably, 100 years? You
yes.
take her car? Ah,
Well,
but I
she
guess
didn't.
you could.
She didn't drive it that much. I have access to a car out here. I hardly ever drive it.
Mhm. Yeah. It's hard. I mean, I am not gonna look forward to not driving because I do enjoy it. I
I
do.
enjoy. I like to take in the handicap bus. Well, number one, there's no parking.
Well,
You,
that's true. Yep.
there's no parking. Especially like when you live in a big city, you go downtown
Mhm.
and like you go to a doctor's appointment. When I go to the Yale optometrist, they have
Mhm.
valet parking. You can give them your car to park, and they come back. You got to wait for them to go get it,
Yeah.
and it's like $5 an hour. You can easily be there 3 hours,
Oh,
have
yeah.
some little procedures and stuff done,
Mhm.
and the one way ride is $3.50.
That's not bad.
Then if you buy the whole book of tickets and you buy 10 at a time,
Yeah.
it's only $2.80.
Man, that's cheap.
And
Mm.
and if you're handicapped, you can take a helper.
Oh.
So
Mm.
my friend Joan and I swear on a stack of Gideon Bibles that we're each other's helper. So we
Oh.
go places together, and I give them one ticket going one way, and she gives them the ticket going coming back the other way.
Huh.
And then sometimes she goes and she has to get some kind of shots in her eye,
Mm.
and she has the like the patch on it. So we look
Mhm.
like the blind leading the blind sometimes.
Mm.
I used to actually have a white cane when I was legally blind, but I'm
Nice.
entitled to have somebody to help me. And sometimes we're both stumbling on and off the bus. But I like the bus because we have these huge carts.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me about mine the other day in the store, and
Right.
my cart is has a liner and it has a cover on it.
Mhm.
I never lived in an apartment building since I was, oh my gosh, in my 30s. I'm
Mhm.
70s. I bought my first house. No, I bought my first house when I was 24 years old.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah.
I haven't lived, that's over 50 years ago. I
Yes.
haven't lived in an apartment. But my daughter said, because she lives in a condo, but
Mhm.
she says, Mom, you haven't lived in an apartment. Don't get into chatty groups with the people there.
Yes.
Mom, don't get into building politics. Just
Oh.
sit slow and keep going. Thank
So you
you, Vintage Style by Joe. She says she has to go, but she'll leave the live stream on for support. I appreciate that. Thank you. She does a lot. She likes animals. She does a lot for animals and different charities as well.
Yeah. That's cool.
So this particular cart also has a little lid on it that
Mhm.
you put over there, and you can't see what's in it. And
Mm.
people will be sitting in their little wheelchairs or sitting around chairs when you come in, like the back, or go get your mail, or they walk by. They've got nothing to do but just stop dead.
And stare at you.
Looking in your cart.
Oh.
Barb Brownlee said, I have spicy smoked sausage and sauerkraut
Ooh.
with sauteed Vidalia onions and red peppers in it. Oh, that
Fancy.
sounds so good.
Mhm.
Barbara, my helper says, I'm picky, but like when I make my sauteed onions, like livered onions, I make them a certain way. When
Mhm.
I cut them the long way. They stay structurally sound, and
Mhm.
they don't like get watery as
Okay.
if you cut them in rings. Like if you're making onion rings or something, if you cut them the other way, the long way,
Mhm.
they stay firmer.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. Little tidbits of information
All
I have
right.
learned over 77 years. You hear me talking, you finally woke up from your nap, Hershey? I didn't pay his taxes. They were due June 30th.
Oh,
And his rabies shot is due by
yeah.
July 17th.
Okay.
I'm
A
like
few days, couple
an
days.
unfit mother. Yes, what I'll
Mhm.
do is go on Petco tomorrow
Yep.
and find out the nearest place that has an opening
Mm-hmm.
to tomorrow. Even though, I mean, Monday, I have an 11:30 a.m. tenant meeting. I don't usually go to those, but
Mm,
I'm going to start weighing in. Well, since the shutdown, everybody's sitting down there with no mask on,
right.
all over each other. And what the very guy that I was sitting next to last week at the last minute, went to the emergency room the other day, the next day, because of a bad cough. And
Mm.
I did have my mask on, and I cleaned my hands with hand sanitizer before I walk in. So, what do you want? You woke up, you hear me talking to people. Come here. Auntie Joanna's here. Come here. Your face is dirty and wet. Come up, up. I have this. I was trying to use another camera, you guys. I was trying, but I got the feedback. And Mr. Hershey would like to say hello. Hello, Auntie Joanna. Chewbacca. That's what the kids, the
He
Greg,
does look like Chewbacca.
he
I
looks like
mean, okay.
Chewbacca. Or whenever I take him like to Petco and there's a lion or dog
Yeah.
sitting spot, all the little kids call him
Ooh,
Chewbacca.
that look on his face. Wow.
I know, I know.
Oh, hmm.
He's actually blind.
Oh,
Uncle
oh, okay, that's why.
Uncle Roscoe says, "Come on, Hershey, with your big blue eyes." And but when he was a baby, he did have green eyes.
Okay. Yeah, I just thought he gave me a crazy look, but okay, it's not me.
Yeah, yeah, he does. He does. He has his own little personality.
Mhm.
He's a different kind of cat. Auntie Joanne, Uncle Roscoe love him. So I did something funny over here.
Yeah, so I sent you that pattern. It's in your email.
Oh, thank you, Kelly Welly.
Yep. Yeah, it's in the Gmail, so hopefully
Oh,
it got there.
oh, I said Uncle Roscoe, so Kelly knows I'm trying. It's a hat for you, Roscoe. Don't say I left you out. I'm working on this one. Look how big this one got already,
Yeah,
Kelly.
that one's getting big. Yeah. It's pretty.
But guess what? Looks like I left a cluster off on this end. Way
Uh-oh.
down here. Way
Oh.
down here.
Oh,
So
yeah.
guess what that means? That means I'm going to have to put a shell stitch around it to hide it.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Yep.
Mr. Hershey, Auntie Joanne says, "Hello, Mr. Hershey. Want to go for a walk?" LGG Love is saying, "Hi, Donzel Cooper. How are you doing?" Donzel Cooper, Mike, you guys in the chat, men crochet and
Mm.
sew and quilt. Just want to throw that out there for you. Normally I would go and pull these rows out, but I did too many of them.
Yeah, you have a lot there. I would not.
I have too many of those.
Yes.
She's not going to care. It's just going to go around her shoulders. Thank
Mhm.
you, Barbara Brownlee. These are my. This was one of my mother's chunky rolls that she took. They had brought to the hospital for her,
Oh, okay.
but she hasn't been. She's been in a lot of pain and stuff. She hasn't been able to crochet. So I
Mhm.
actually started this last Sunday while I was sitting there visiting and talking with her.
That's good. Yeah, you've gotten really far.
This chunky yarn is doing it.
Yeah, it goes fast. It does.
I doubled that other, but that was what they said, a thin Italian wool that I was making Uncle Roscoe's hat.
It was
So
probably too
I
too thin, I
get
guess.
something chunkier.
Mhm. Yeah. No, that's good.
Yes. But we're getting along. So, you guys, I think that I will finish this row.
Mhm.
It's a little over an hour. I appreciate you guys and give you a chance to do something else, visit with somebody else, start your Sunday dinner. So
Yep.
my Sunday dinner has started. I'm intentionally cooking these ham hocks. to death to pieces so that I can get the marrow flavor into the broth.
Mm.
I'm cooking it way down to make my cabbage tomorrow.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I was going to make some beans. No, I said cabbage, then I
Mm.
said beans, then Auntie Joanne was talking about I have
Yeah.
some dry lima beans
Oh.
and okra, fresh okra. I'm like,
Ooh.
I should make some lima beans. And I'm like, no, that's a lot of carbs. That's more carbs.
Oh, right, right.
I
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will make the cabbage, put
Yep.
a potato in it and some carrots and make it a veggie one meal, one pot meal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I don't blame you. That's good.
So, you guys, I appreciate your company. Oh, one last thing I have to do as soon as I get off the phone. I was going to do it now, but I wasn't going to start the stove because it's warm out. But there was a bag of peaches for those of you who were in here early, and the peaches were very soft. So I'm going to peel them real quick. I'll
Mm-hmm.
use the peelings, maybe make a jar of peach jelly and make a
Ooh.
small peach cobbler, in a little 8-inch dish. So I will cook them. I don't want the peaches to get brown and just
Right.
make it for tonight and share it with my neighbors tomorrow. So you guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. Kelly, thank you for coming up and
Oh,
visiting
thank you.
and the patterns, getting me out the doghouse with Uncle Roscoe. And we will see you guys in these YouTube streets.
Mm-hmm.
You guys wait for the outro. I guess that still works. I think this is it. No. So I guess we'll just leave and do Egowamote in American Sign Language. This is an I. This is
I
an L.
L
This is a U.
U. Okay, I got it.
This is I love you.
I love you.
I know Kelly, your fingers do like mine. They don't stay down.
I can't.
Thank
Yeah,
you guys. Don't get old, y'all. Don't get old.
it's hard.
I tell you. Thanks for coming. See you Thursday, 4 p.m.